Knowledge is a powerful tool, and you'll get plenty of knowledge if you attend the workshops from Elder Advisors. That is this Monday coming up here, and then Tuesday night as well. With me now is Larry Weiss and Steve Langdon of Elder Advisors. Welcome back to the show.
John, as always, I just feel this is like comfort television. It's like a TV dinner. It's comfort food, comfort television for me.
Yep.
With Kentucky and his erstwhile TV personality, John Ramsey. People, come on. We love you, John. You're so beautiful. We love you.
Thank
love
you, Larry.
John.
Really appreciate
and Kentucky
that.
does too.
See, Larry, you do have a gift for making people feel good. And these workshops, you'll get an example of that. Because, Steve, now, you've been the keynote speaker for years.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you know
obviously.
that this is not your humdrum, yawn kind of workshop.
We have a lot of fun. Larry excluded. We have a lot of fun.
Right.
Lots of questions asked. Lots
Steve's
of answers.
fun is manufactured. It's insincere. Mine is genuine, Kentuckiana. Trust me.
But it is fun. But it is good information. I topped out the show. I started the segment with, information. Knowledge is a powerful tool. And if you don't have the knowledge, you can't keep the dough. That's pretty much true in anything, but especially if mom or dad needs to move to a senior facility.
It is, because as our erstwhile elder law attorney Steve Langdon says, it is
Keynote
good
speaker.
news. Kentuckiana, keynote speaker, Steve Langdon. Okay, Kentuckiana, don't go broke in nursing home. Why? Because you don't have to. Zach, camera 13. Because we're doing the workshops. They can go to freeworkshop.com. And Steve was saying in the green room, Kentuckiana, we're not doing another one until August. That's about 2 months. So get in now, Monday night at the Hilton Garden Inn, thank you, Tammy, on Crittenden Drive, right next to the Cracker Barrel off exit 132, off of 65. And then following morning, Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. at the Hampton Inn in Clarksville on Broadway, right off of Veterans Parkway. We've already had, because we were on the show Monday as well, kind of ramping up for the workshop news and for people to go to freeworkshop.com. We've had quite a few people already register on the freeworkshop.com. And, of course, people can always call the 855-LARRY-55. But it is good news, Kentuckiana, because you don't have to go broke in a nursing home. It's not necessary. There's what you're told out in the world. It's what you're told at the barbershop. That's barbershop law. But the reality is it's good news. You can keep those assets. But for that to happen, we almost always need a legal component. I'm not an attorney. Steve Langdon is. He is our elder law superstar attorney, because we always need the legal chops to make that happen. Is that right, Steve Langdon?
No, absolutely. And you got to be able to come in and ask the questions that you need answered. It's non-threatening. We're going to sit there. We'll be there for maybe, 45 minutes, an hour, talking to you about what you can do to save your assets, preserve your property. But the big thing is, ask me questions. It doesn't cost you a thing other than a little bit of your time. You'll walk out, you'll have some answers, and honestly, you'll feel a lot of stress coming off your shoulders.
Yeah, everyone is an expert in their own specific field. For those of you who say, I have enough knowledge, I don't need it, but let's talk dollars here. Yeah. It's not an exaggeration, Larry, to say you can go through $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month
easily
if you don't get a hold of the experts at Elder Advisors. That happens.
It does, and probably the hardest people to reach then are the people that haven't yet written the check for the $7,000 to $9,000, where maybe dad is in rehab right now and they just haven't got that invoice yet that says you owe us for $14,000. So it kind of puts them in a state of denial. That's when they need to come and see us, because at the workshops Monday and Tuesday, I open up both nights or both workshops asking 3 key questions. And I tell the folks, and this is going to happen in real time, is I'm going to ask 3 key questions. You don't have to be honest with me, but you have to be honest with yourself. The first question is, how many people have a loved one in a nursing home or about to go to a nursing home? Some hands will go up. That's crisis planning. We can help, because if it's a husband and wife, we can keep all the assets. If it's a single person, about half the assets. Second key question is more of a pre-planning, pre-crisis planning. How many people have a loved one at home getting some rehab? If it doesn't work out with home health, we might have to look at a nursing home. Additional hands will go up. That's, of course, the pre-crisis plan. There's things that we can do there. The third variable is how many people have been through this in the past, or they simply want to avoid these problems, give themselves peace of mind, and protect their children. Hands will go up. That's pre-planning. That's why it starts when they go to freeworkshop.com or 855-LARRY-55. And what's interesting is just this morning at my Kentucky office, we had a family come in. I was telling Steve, the attorney in the green room, that when the family came out 2 months ago, it was definitely crisis planning. Dad was in care. Mom was beside herself. The son, Bob's, kind of handling everything. He's the glue that's been keeping this family together. And they were going through $10,000 a month, so we were getting everything lined up so we could keep everything at home for Mom. That's where we need the attorney. But in the interim, and it does happen sometimes, Dad died. So the son and his wife came in this morning, and they're like, well, okay, well, kind of now what? And I said, well, we can transition. We were crisis planning. Before I could finish it, Bob said, well, I don't want to. I've done enough of this right now in real time using a power of attorney. I know enough about probate that I don't want to do it. So we got the attorney involved, and with that, I'm going to turn it back to Steve. And what happens then?
Right. So it's so important, whatever the situation may be. It may start out crisis, and it may transition to some pre-planning, or vice versa. Sometimes it's pre-planning, and it morphs into a crisis situation. But if you're looking at one thing you absolutely have to avoid, it's probate. I mean, that's my best advice for you. Avoid probate if you can.
But my lawyer said I have a will. I'm okay. I don't need to worry about it.
Yeah, and I hear that a lot. Or I hear, well, it's just I only have one son or one daughter, and therefore probate, going down to the courthouse, dealing with the will and the judges and attorneys, I'm not going to have to do that. Well, the fact is, if you're in Kentucky and you got more than $30,000, they're going to drag you into probate. And if you're over in Indiana and you got more than $50,000, they're going to drag you into probate unless you take some steps to avoid that process. That's what I do. Elder Advisors most certainly helps my clients when we're working toward that goal. So it's really important. Whether you got a crisis or a pre-crisis or you're just not sure what the rules are, you really absolutely have to come out next week because now's the time. You wait on these things, bad things will happen.
We've talked about power of attorney, estate planning, financial planning, Medicaid, Medicare, all of that. But something I think that is evident with you guys, and I think it's important to talk about because this is going to happen as well, is the compassionate side. You talked about Dad passing away. Yeah. So it's hard to make really strong decisions when you're emotionally affected like that, and that's when you guys come in. Right. And you are compassionate people. Steve, you told me the reason you got into this was your brother passed away, and he went through a lot of this, and you said never again.
Yeah, he went through all this. Everything that I talk about is what my brother went through, and it was hard on all of us. It was hard on him, his kids. It was really hard on my mother.
And you.
Yeah, it was, but especially my mother. She's at the time was in her 70s. Yeah, and it was really tough on her to go through this. And I was just dealing with the family this morning before I came over here, where I was looking at the rules again, and I'm going to be able to save their house because there's some minor children involved. So I'm going to save the house. I could have done that for my brother had anyone told me there were exceptions to the rules. Nobody did. Medicaid office didn't. Internet didn't. Nobody told me there were exceptions to these rules.
The sad stories they happen all the time. So be proactive. You encourage pre-planning, and all the more reason to attend the workshop.
Absolutely. And they can go to freeworkshop.com and register now, or they can go over and call 855-LARRY-55. But for Kentuckiana, just go to freeworkshop.com, and you'll get the option. The windows will drop down on the website to go to either the Kentucky or the Indiana workshops. But it is good news. It is good news. And, I had a gentleman come up from Corden yesterday, Mr. Don, and he's having, well, he called it their maid. It's basically kind of a lady that kind of watches the house and takes care of him a little bit because he can't leave her at home. And I said, Don, to a large degree, you're the one I'm helping because you're the one that has the stress on your shoulders. You're the one that's afraid to leave the house and get your hair cut because you're afraid the phone will ring. And he's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he knew what I was talking about. And this is what I deal with. So to a degree, mom or dad that's in care, they're being taken care of. It's the caregivers are the ones that need the help, and those are the ones that we really help, and those are conversely the ones that benefit from our help.
Well said. Okay, coming up here, we've got another vital, impressive member of the team. Lindsay Fleming will join us, so hang in there with us. You'll meet Lindsay and find out exactly what she does, what her area.
I like her much better.
More than you.
I like her much better.
I can't stand you.
No, she's my favorite.
With Elder Advisors.
Right.
My favorite.